back up again, Richard, when you get broke. And that's what you're doing right now. So I've talked enough about me. We're on the hour. Right now, folks, it's on the hour. We would be doing a commercial. So if any of you would like us to talk on the hour and promote your business out of the United States or out internationally, we're going to be ACO International now, and let us know. We'll throw you in a 1-minute MP3. You can make it yourself, or I'll make it for you. And we'll throw it right here in the middle, our own, because I pay for this. Now, I know all these big companies are making money off of Richard and I today that talk and own all this. But since I pay for this, I think I still own my own publishing rights. But I'm not real sure how that works. I'm going to get Richard to help me look into all that. Richard, you'll have to look in to how much, once it's out there public, does that mean we no longer own the copyrights? Do you know?
I'm not exactly sure.
I don't either. So all you attorneys out there, electronic business, let me and Richard know, because Richard and I are going to write books. We know we'll own that, but once we put it on Amazon and Lulu, because either or, I always went with Lulu because they were real good about giving me my checks. Amazon, not so much. And all of us got to use Amazon. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that it seems like I get my checks from Lulu better than I do from Amazon. Now, I don't know why that is. Is it because Amazon's so much bigger? Or what?
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe.
And it's getting bigger as we speak. I mean, they're buying different companies and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Expanding out.
Well, let me tell you something you don't know, Richard. Brad Olson, the guy that he has CCC Publishing, is cross-working with me in audio-video now, so he's one of our people in his publishing company, Richard. So T.J. Mars Publishing, CCC Publishing, and Oak Publishing. And so we've got ACE, our ACE Folk Life Club, ACE, and then we've got my Timely Manner books for Mother's eBooks, the $2.99 ones. Richard and I are going to put out some short ones just to see if we can get some income going to pay for this radio show. And then he can figure out if we own the rights or not as of today, because he knows what it costs me per week, and we'll figure that cost in. But, Richard, figure it out, because they all make money off of the advertising. But you can get all business like on me or with me, can't you? We'll figure it out, folks.
We'll figure it out, yeah.
Yeah, and so, but I think we can throw our own MP3 in here, Richard, but let's check it out. So, folks, but anyway, if you want to work with us there, a minimum of $2 a month, that's only $24 a year, folks. But if you give us $5 a month, we'll throw you up a page on one of our mini guides. We've got Mystic Guide, Psychic Guide, Esoteric Guide, and Spirituality Wellness Guide. So I don't know if I'm going to keep all 4 of them for a year. I mean, I will for 1 year, okay, from June, but actually May, because I've had to pay for all of them in May, Richard. So we'll be telling everybody, if you want to get in on the bandwagon and get you a byline as a writer, all you people on the internet and around the world, we're the real deal. We're the real authors. We're the real writers, the real editors, the real publishers, as far as we know. And we're teaming up with other authors, script writers, movie makers, videographers around the world. And I've been with them for years and years. I just didn't get out there and work my network. But people are wising up, because what's happened is I'm turning in my name and telling people I'm coming back to work, meaning I'm okay. The difference is I've been helping people social media for free all these years and not telling them who I really was or what all I could really do. And they weren't putting it all together because they didn't know. They were growing up and getting older and didn't know how the world worked. And I was one of the original, out there working and doing with all the levels of life. And I realized there are levels and dimensions in this reality, not only in life as on the other side, life after life, with those that have passed on. And 9 years ago, Lynn Caston asked me Lynn is an author with there and another one. But he was recently on Gaia. He's promoting his book. And he just picked up Robert Morning Sky's story. We have Robert Morningstar, who was with me in Canada, and he lives in New York. Robert Morningstar is getting well known on his own show. But he got started years and years ago with me and Dirk Vanderploeg. And if it wasn't for Robert Morningstar, Canada and the UFO Digest probably wouldn't have gotten out there the way it did in the business. And Robert Morningstar was out doing all the networking for Dirk Vanderploeg, bless his heart, on the other side. So we've got all these people that I know on the other side now, Richard. We call them what? Over, like my husband and Ginger, Gigi. What do we call them now? Because they're still there. We just can't see them.
They are who they are. I mean, you know, we have the memory of them as they shared their life with us, and that's who they are.
So they're still there as long as, you know, they say Elvis left the building, but did he? Because as long as he's alive in your memory and we know what he looks like in our mind, he still lives. So if you want to be a memory like that and still live in this reality, let us know, because a lot of our people believe in God with a big G, and a lot of them believe there are no gods with a little g, and yet other people over Hindus and all that believe there's many gods, and then there's those that believe in science only, that there are no God, and then we have those that go to the 12-step programs that believe there's a higher power. And then there's those that believe in quantum physics, there's a source, or the source of everything, or the Tom Campbell big toe theory, the theory of everything. And so we've got all these ways to think about how we all began, but nobody truly, and I say this as truth, that if there is a truth, it is that the one thing that is constant in the universe is change. And nobody really knows the truth. I don't care who they are. Richard, how say you on that particular thought in our book?
Well, you know, I think everybody has a piece of the truth, you know, or what they believe to be true for themselves, or what they believe to be the truth of their experience. So, you know, I don't discredit anyone or, you know, say that anyone is any more knowledgeable than another, really. Because, I mean, we all share this.
What about Morg? What about Hyperionism? Did you ever look at Morg YouTube channel? I like Morg. The guy that looks like Edgar Winter. Well, folks, we're talking entertainment now, and I paid a monthly fee or something to watch YouTube Morg Official, or either on his page. No, I didn't pay his Patreon. I paid him on his Super Chat or something. Morg, I don't know who he is, Richard. That's for everybody. Can y'all figure out what his real name is? We'll start Investigation Weekly. Who is Morg Official? MORGUE-OFFICIAL. He looks like an old friend of mine I met in Houston, Edgar Winter. He had a brother, I think it was Johnny Winters. And I knew them in Houston, and they'd sit with us in between sets, and my husband would play trumpet, and I would dance and sing, or just mainly dance. And Donna Parrish would too. We both had little black, cute dresses on. You don't know what I'm talking about, Richard, but I told you to look him up on YouTube. Did you have time or not? Because you're so busy, Richard.
I've had a bit of a view, but that was it. Just a short snippets.
Oh, so you know he's got white hair like me. He has no eyebrows, but he's not a he or a she. And we discussed that Wednesday with Melinda T. Clare on Wednesday Women Day. So me and you are going to have Thursday talk day about anything, our press club, but entertainment. Thursday's entertainment. Did you look at him to see what you thought?
Not in depth, no. I haven't had a chance. I've had a lot on my plate recently.
Yeah, you have. You've had a lot. So we're happy to have Richard with us on Thursdays, and maybe Sunday is Pastor Rick, if he'll help me get that nonprofit going with Gigi and Tom and Ken. But we'll see, folks. But you're welcome. We're going to throw the doors open. Is the same time, Richard, 4 to 6 or 5 to 7 your time, right, Richard?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, 5 to 7 on Sundays, just to throw that in. But that's going to be our spiritual day. So we'll talk more good, kind thoughts, and maybe even metaphysical, because it's open to our mystics, oracles, psychics, sages, seers on Sundays. So we'll talk more metaphysical that day. Thursday's going to be more he and I, down-to-earth ACO Press Club, but also it's our entertainment day to discuss our books and what we're talking about is Authors Club Online, and him and I as Men in Black writing our books. If you'd like to be in our Science Fiction Writers Club and be a character on some of the episodes, and may wind up seeing yourself on television someday in 2022 or 3, right? Because all these series and episodes are being bought up by the bigger companies, and we've got hundreds of hours here that we can use and write them up in our scripts. But Richard and I are going to start with each other, and I'll throw him over some of this kaleidoscope of follies, and I guess he can separate them into the different books. Now, Richard, I've got what I was doing with my past crew, which you know Janet and Tommy, but we had aliencontact.org, but they weren't writing into my model with my articles like I had to do the articles and the topics and stuff. But that's okay, because now Tommy has his own show, folks, and because it's the anniversary, I'll mention them one time today as a freebie for Janet and Tommy, because for 9 years it's hard to break. But me and Rick here go forward from today. But for all you old fans and friends of all of ours with Thomas Anthony Sinisi out of New Jersey, I have a new girl out of Fort Lee, New Jersey, Melinda Tio Claire D'Amico. Italian again, but at least she is taking that. But she's got a New Jersey accent, so tune in on Wednesdays. Now, Janet's place with the Ascension Center is really Rick here, and Janet still has Aquarian Radio in Hawaii, which she broke off from me, but I have the first 30-minute show, and in honor of history, 9 years ago today, I did my first 30-minute show here as TJMRC2 Radio, and it was Len Kasten, and I want you to look up his book, Lenkasten. And Richard, I can't think of his book right now, but it's Robert Morningsky's story about in space, not Project Serpo. He had already wrote that about those like going into space, but he covers a different group of beings that they were like insects, they said. So Ken likes to follow stories that are really folk life, folks, whether it's true or not. And I don't know if he handled it on Gaia TV like it was real or not, or if he even believes whether it's real what he's writing. But Len is an author that started right here with me. He had already written a book. You can go back and listen 9 years ago, but you can find a lot of history right here. And Janet Lesson introduced me to Len Kasten and Apollo, out of, he was in Arizona. I think he was in, well, y'all have to tell me. He mentions it 39 years ago today. I'm going to send it to Richard so Richard can see how we started. So there's no question in our press club, ACO Press Club. And if you want to go to an event and get a press pass, you have to be a member of mine and Richard's club, that we recognize you as an investigator or investigative reporter or a journalist. And in our group, if you want to do UAP Associates, you have to be a member. And that's just the way it's going to be. And you're going to have to support us and have similar interest and help us pay our bills. And I don't think that's too much to ask after 9 years of me paying the bills. So Richard said, I'll help you, TJ. We'll just do it together, and we'll build something, and all the members can pay, and then we'll do a webinar once in a while or a workshop or an event, and we've planned one with Ken